What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, I saw this story, and I thought it would be cool to share it and use it as a teaching moment somewhat. It's about a young lady out there in the DC area, shout out DC, who befriended a homeless man, and she started a GoFundMe to help him get off the street. This young woman, who she's a fashion student, I guess at an area university or something out there, raised $400,000 from 27,000 donations. And she raised $401,000. Now I'm gonna show you something. You can't help everybody out here. And a lot of times mental illness goes along with homelessness. This girl wound up refunding all of this money, and people were asking why. In this video, she'll explain why she did that. And a lot of people are up in the air about her motive for doing this, saying she did it for likes, so on and so forth. The way I look at this whole situation, regardless if she did it for likes or not, from my understanding, she was genuine with trying to give him this money. But things fell apart. And you'll see what happened in this video. Take a look, and we'll come back and talk a little bit about it.
With an update on a story that we've been covering for some time, when a fashion student in DC went viral for raising almost $500,000 for a homeless man she met and connected with. Good to see you this evening. I'm Larry Miller. Now, with all of that money being collected, it's being returned. And the question that we all have, why? Alexis Wainwright explains.
I'm walking to Trader Joe's. You want to walk with me?
It was friends at first sight. Sanaya Graydon ran into Alonzo by chance in February. He was experiencing homelessness, so Graydon, a fashion student, stepped in and offered help, documenting it all on TikTok. But after their story went viral and raised over $400,000 on GoFundMe, it will all be refunded.
A lot has occurred in private. Now, I sat on it, I prayed on it, I cried about it.
Graydon posted a 12-part series on TikTok with an update.
She said she went days without talking to Alonzo. Then the GoFundMe locked up until the website could make a connection with Alonzo. Part of that required Alonzo to have an ID. That never happened, even months later, and then Alonzo stopped responding.
That's all I wanted for him, was to just get the housing, get the medical care. That's all I wanted for him. And it's like only so much I can do. Like, I cannot force him to go do certain things. And
GoFundMe released a statement saying, in part, without the cooperation of the organizer or the beneficiary, delivering these funds to Mr. Hebron has not been possible. At the request of the organizers, donors will be refunded.
And I'm just really fighting so hard for somebody that's not even fighting for themselves.
We spoke with the National Alliance to End Homelessness, who says we often see GoFundMe accounts for basic things people should have access to, like housing.
In the instance of a concerned citizen coming across someone that's in need of services, it can be hard to help them navigate all of those different systems of care.
She says there's not just one approach to help people experiencing homelessness.
If we want to ensure that we all have access to stable homes and thriving communities, we've got to connect to those drivers that make opportunity possible, and that is systems.
Meanwhile, Graydon says a relationship that started at first sight has taught her a lifelong lesson.
You cannot help people that don't want to be helped, and you literally cannot force anything. What's meant to be will be.
All right, some valuable lessons learned right there. Graydon says that she still plans to start a nonprofit to help others and will help Alonzo if he decides to reach back out. If you would like to help someone experiencing homelessness, the National Alliance to End Homelessness recommends joining nonprofits who are on the front lines of trying to make an impact on those who are affected.
Well, guys, that goes to show you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Now, am I saying homeless people shouldn't be helped? No, I'm not saying that. Being as somebody that was homeless or displaced myself and living in shelters and being around homeless people that you see on the streets, the ones that are really well, messed up and smelly and, mental issues, I've seen that up close. And a lot of people don't want help. Now, a lot of the people that are homeless, a lot of times it comes down to freedom. Another thing it comes down to, a lot of these people have past that they're trying to run from, whether it's felony warrants, so on and so forth. They don't want their identity known. One of the first things I did when we were out here in Houston, they said, hey, first thing you got to do is get an ID. They had homeless IDs back in the day. When I was homeless out here, when I first got to Houston, they had what's called a homeless ID, and it's free. Don't cost nothing. You have to be identified. Nobody wants to find nobody and not know who it belongs to. So it's one of the things the cities out here do. It's a common sense thing. For some reason, she said he didn't want to get an ID or didn't come up. And then once it was realized, hey, we raised this much money for you, boom, he disappeared. A lot of people might say, hey, he had a felony warrant, or he had passed, or he was something he was running away from. That it may have been the case. He might have mental issues. That might have been the case. But one of the things that stood out to me was when she took him to Target and he had a full shopping cart worth of stuff. And I thought about that. I was like, you know what? I remember just from seeing the Target, I remember something exactly the same as that, where a guy, a homeless guy in the shelter, because at night, what you would see is we would come back in from the shelter, you know, and guys would go take a shower. They'd come back to the bed and they would, everything, all the money they made that day, whether it was panhandling or what, they would stack it out on the thing and count it up and pay people they owe. It was like homeless community. It's just in itself its own community. They have laws and things that they abide by and rules, and they give money to each other. And, you know, it's just like whatever the communal interest is what they do. And I remember a guy befriended somebody that was trying to help him get off the street. And he had a lot of warrants and stuff. So what he would do was he would, you know, she would give him gift cards. One of them was Target, $100 gift card. He went to Target, came back with all this stuff, right? When he came back with all these bags, because he had some of the homeless people bring the bags in. And it reminded me of jail, like when you have a bunch of commissary, you got other inmates carrying your stuff. He come in there with all the stuff and people are looking at him, eyes all big. And he's sitting up there and he's breaking this stuff down. And then he's selling it. As he's breaking down, people start bidding on the stuff that this person got for him so he can make more money. And this guy had a drug habit, whether it was minor or major, and he drank. And so I said to myself in my head, I'm like, damn, somebody's trying to help him, you know, get new clothes and stuff. And because they just gave him the card. They didn't take him and, you know, let him go and get the stuff from Target, you know, and they watch him like this lady did. But this guy, he never wore no new clothes. He was dirty, pissy clothes. He had the same clothes on and all this other stuff. And he just broke the money down and stuff like that. And if you catch them in the act of doing that, they just be like, what do you expect from me? Look where I'm at. You know, that type of stuff. And are all homeless people messed up and shady and stuff? No, but you have to be some type of cutthroatish when you live in that type of environment and community, because trust me, people are not homeless for no reason. And not all homeless people are bad. Let me make sure I'm saying that. But it's something this guy, once the reality of boom, this could change your life, he pulled back. So what did she do? She refunded it all. And that was a good thing. A lot of people out here are shiesty. Now, a lot of people are coming down on this girl. Oh, she did that for likes on TikTok. She did this, she did that. You know, people come down on people that, you know, show heartbreaking videos or videos of them doing something for the homeless and stuff. People like attack that sometimes. But, you know, people are negative. They're going to do what they do. But I have no reason to attack this woman. She gave the money back, signed it off. Hey, look, give it back. That's life-changing money, $400,000. That's 10 years of salary, tax-free, for somebody that makes $40,000 a year. That's 10 years worth of work. So that ain't nothing to sneeze at. And she gave it all back to the people. You know what I mean? People open their heart to help a stranger who didn't want to help himself. So, I mean, what can you do? You can't feel sorry for people that sometimes like being in the position they are of having freedom and the ability to go to and fro and not have to deal with a lot of the stuff we have to deal with: rent, mortgages, taxes, stuff like that. Some people just like drifting from place to place. I said she wants to go and start a nonprofit and help people and stuff. Seemed like she got a giving spirit. So who am I to like judge her? I didn't see anything fake about what she was doing or what, I don't know her YouTube channel, but she befriended the man. Lost contact with him. He stopped. He cut off contact. It is what it is. But I mean, this should just be a lesson to you. Sometimes you don't kill yourself trying to fix somebody else that don't want to be fixed. Or they'll take the ingredients to fix themselves, but not put it all together. Things are what they are. I hope the man does get himself on, the right track. But for her, she still got a life too. She younger. This guy done live life. You know what I'm saying? We all are responsible for turning ourselves around. No matter how much help we get, it's us that got to take the first step. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.